Leo, and I'm going to give you the same spiel I've been giving everybody. I'm a street vendor, and the first week of every month is my busiest for my business. I do make and sell incense. I sell body oils and stuff. And the first is Tracy Smell Goods on Facebook and Instagram, in case you're interested in checking that out. But I didn't want to not do videos, even though I have a lot going on this week. And I've been wanting to incorporate the Rumi Oracle into my readings. So I thought what I would do is pull a card and I will read the guidance from Rumi, because they're really, really beautiful messages. So you have Sacred Soul Sister, and that's number 37. I did mark the page with my pendulum. Kind of cuts down on the time a little bit. And some of these words are really, really small, so bear with me. When you are conscious, a cloud of sadness surrounds you. When you are beyond consciousness, the moon rests in your arms. When you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach. When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. When you are conscious, you are depressed like fall. When you are beyond consciousness, the winter cold feels like spring. All your wavering is due to your longing to be stable. Look for instability until you become stable. I love you. I am your other self. I am with you always, your partner on this soul journey. I am the you that you do not see. I am the you that speaks through intuition and instinct. I whisper and sing and shout my crazed truth-telling to you through your dreams, through your body. I am the you that is wise, that trusts in life, that knows. I am the you that sees reality rather than appearances. I am the you that knows how to be happy and free. There's a wild point of view that we travel the path of this life journey alone. Our deepest descents into the psyche happen alone. We meet death alone and come into the world alone, and yet there is a vaster perspective that we are never alone, that it would be impossible to really be alone. We are connected to all of life, and there's no such thing as being alone in reality, only in limited and temporary perception. As if such community were not enough, there is a partner, an ally who journeys with you from birth to death and beyond and again and again. You have a sacred sister, a sister of your soul. She weaves the stories of truth through dreams and insights that come upon you as if from nowhere. Perhaps they drop into your mind or seem to erupt from within you. But this is her talking to you, demanding or reassuring, depending on the occasion best calls for at that moment. Her truths may seem overly dramatic, so you may discount them as workings of an overactive imagination. Or perhaps her truth tales are so subtle you dismiss them as meaningless, fleeting fancy. The wise ones know, however, that the truths of the sacred soul sister are powerful, relevant, and worthy of time and attention. They know her oftentimes strange and startling offers hold the keys to unlock entire worlds, to open up new realities, and to transform the nature of our existence from the deepest and most cosmic spiritual levels to the most palpable, practical, daily realities of our living bodies in the physical world. Your sacred soul sister is a partner in consciousness. Make no mistake, she is you. She is just the part of you so great you cannot always see her from the conscious mind. Sort of like the eye of the dog trying to see its whole self, which is a bit tricky, for as it moves to see, its rear, so the rear is moved along too, sorry. So rather than through direct perception, the sacred soul sister is met through reflection. She can be received in those memories of rest where great ideas are born. She is a genius, you see, vastly creative and inspired. Her worlds are those we access in sleep and meditation, or absorbing engagement in activity, where the mind can relax and drop into realities far more vast than those of daily life and can be replenished. To tap into her wisdom, to distill a teaching from the fragmented memory of a dream or a subtle feeling experienced in meditation, requires that you walk with her gait and not the fast-paced, forward-moving canter of your conscious and intellectual mind. Her gait is meandering and apparently unstudied, yet she is in deep concentration to feel for truth of movement, to allow for what is emerging to express itself through her, and she is listening rather than demanding to know, to force, to speak, and to direct. To receive her genius and benefit from most fully from it requires a willingness to surrender logic, to open up to inspiration, to become empty, to let the mind soften and become receptive, open, and permeable. She delivers questions that lead to answers, but not according to demands issued by an insecure and fearful mind. She offers what is genuinely needed and answers the deepest questions of the heart. She is trustworthy, this sister, cannot betray truth. Therefore, she can be relied upon as a faithful way shower for the heart. So to commune with her, wise as that impulse is, requires that you learn the ways of her world and the strange symbolic language she speaks. She will never tell you what you already know. Why be so inefficient? So she prefers to educate, elucidate, intrigue, beguile as you are drawn into more beautiful, powerful, and helpful truths. So in her world and in her language, you must suspend the need to immediately understand. Let yourself absorb the imagery, the feelings, and possibilities to dwell, ponder, and be permeated by the wisdom. And the appearance of a horse may signify your own spiritual being, and the appearance of you may signify a false sense of identity and not the real you at all. You may see desert landscapes and moonlit nights in your dreams. Sorry, I'm itching. When so much inner growth is happening, you will soon bloom like the springtime. You may dream of charging hills with great energy when in your physical world you can barely muster through strength to get out of bed in the morning. What does all this mean? The apparent contrary world upside down. Nothing is as it seems symbolism. The meaning is the communication, and the communication is received in repose, in reflection, in quietness and rest. You must trust her, trust yourself. When something needs to be known, so it shall be. That is necessary, so much less than what we expect. Your lack of knowing is not ignorance. Your unknowingness is your bowing to life with trust. She has come to you through this oracle to remind you that everything is all right, that she has your back no matter what appearances may seem to be, to your more limited dog's eye consciousness. In the light of day, she's guiding you with her wider knowledge through circumstances and situations that are ultimately going to free you into greater love than you have ever known, no matter whether you feel like a rat in a maze or bewildered drunk stumbling through a labyrinth, back alleyways, trying to find your way back home again. No matter how out of control life may seem, she's letting you know all is proceeding just as it should, and that her will shall manifest. Her will is your wholeness, your completion. Her will must manifest and shall, because her will is nature. It is growth. It is God. She is God in you now. Remember that, and you'll realize, if you don't mind the ending being told before the last chapter, that everything's going to be okay. This oracle comes with particular guidance also. You know something deep in your bones without knowing how or why, without particular reason, you just know. It doesn't make sense, but you know. It may be joy that you know. It may be that you know to avoid a certain situation. It may be that something's going to work out beautifully. Despite appearances on the contrary, at a particular moment, it may just mean that you need to take a certain path. You just know. This oracle comes as confirmation that you're knowing, mysterious as it is, that your sacred soul sister talking through you. Trust it and act or not accordingly. And I've been reading the Sacred Honoring Ritual just because this message is so beautiful. Sorry, it's really hard to read all that. It's a lot of reading. Kneel or sit comfortably, preferably on the ground or somewhere you feel grounded and anchored on the ground, on the earth. That could be on the floor, if practical. Raise your hands on the ground or on your legs. Say aloud, I call upon the sacred sister of my soul, the shadow priestess of wisdom, in the temple of love. You guide me to love, and under the merciful grace and protection of Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, our relationship is one of respect, care, and divine guidance. May I be blessed with receptivity to your genius and capacity for the grace of growth, so be it. Rest for a few minutes, you have finished your ritual. And that is your monthly Rumi Oracle reading. And next week, I'll be back to my regular readings.